Climb the tallest coconut tree. Harvest the fruits of diligent labor. Enjoy the bounty of nature. Since time immemorial, the people of India have acknowledged and nurtured their relationship with coconuts. Coconuts have been an integral part of the ethos and culture of several states. From plucking them, to gathering them, to delivering them, from the arduous process of manually dehusking them, an entire economy has been painstakingly built around coconuts. Earlier, matured coconut husks were traditionally processed by immersing them in water for several weeks on end. This process is known as retting. Numerous water bodies are converted into retting zones where coconut husks are soaked. The retted coconut husks are then brought back to the land. Innumerable hands are relentlessly engaged in the toil of defibering the coconut husks with their mallets. This is the traditional method of defibering the coconut husk. It is during this process that coir pith is obtained. Coir pith is lignocellulosic in nature, brown-colored, weightless, corky dust particle in the size 100 to 300 microns, which is similar to peat moss. Today, the process of defibering has been simplified through mechanization. The soaked coconut husks are passed through a rotating defibering machine and the pith is collected during the crushing process. This is then sieved thoroughly and then collected for further use. Coir pith is collected on endless pith hillocks. It is then dried in the sunlight and further filtered for processing. The pith from the husk released during extraction of the fiber was a menace to the coir entrepreneurs till its value as a growing and potting medium was realized. This coir pith is then put through processes and pressed into blocks of varying sizes and shapes. They can also be made into bricks that can be packed and transported with ease. According to convenience, it can be converted into any shape such as cube, cylindrical or rectangle. Coir pith has readily available nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium suitable for plant growth. Coir pith has a higher organic matter content when compared to peat moss. Pith provides us with an effective soil substitute solution. Coir pith can take the place of soil as a growing medium for plants and shrubs. Coir pith can also take the form of grow bags. Grow bags are mostly used in floriculture and horticulture. These grow bags are cut into shape and sealed in compact poly bags. These are polythene bags that have holes punched into them to allow water to drain. These poly bags are available in both rectangular and square shapes where water is poured through the slit provided. The Central Coir Research Institute, one of the prestigious institutes of the Coir Board, after long years of research and development has invented the technology for bioconversion of coir pith into organic manure, CPOM. The standard method of composting of coir pith is a simple process. An area of 5 into 3 meters is selected in a sheltered place, preferably under a tree thatching to protect the heap from sunlight and heavy rain. 100 kilograms of coir pith is spread on the marked area. On top of the first layer of coir pith, Pith Plus is spread. Pith Plus, an edible mushroom spawn, speeds up the composting process of coir pith. Pith Plus is grown in sorghum, which is pre-cooked and sterilized. Packed into 400 grams poly bags and inoculated with the mother spawn at 15 degrees for 15 days, which leads to the development of Pith Plus, and 5 such packets are used for the production of CPOM. 400 grams of Pith Plus is spread on the first layer of the coir pith. This layer is covered with another 100 kilograms of coir pith, over which nitrogen sources like soya hulls or urea is applied. This process of sandwiching the pith plus and nitrogen sources like soya hulls, azolla or urea is applied alternatively with 100 kg pith is repeated so that the heap reaches a height of 1 meter. To compost 1 metric ton of coir pith, 2 kilograms of pith plus and 2.33 kilograms of nitrogen sources are required. Water is sprinkled on the heap to maintain sufficient moisture up to 200%. The heap is allowed to decompose for 30 days. Compared to peat moss, composted coir pith requires lesser amount of lime due to high pH. Pith plus, an edible mushroom spawn, speeds up the composting process and leads to 42% reduction in volume of coir pith. Cellulosic compounds present in pith supports the initial growth of this fungus and acts as a co-substance for lignin degradation. The seed-palm is then transported back to the factory and sieved thoroughly. This fine powder is packed into plastic bags and sealed. The nutrient status of composted coir pith. When compared to peat moss, seed-palm has a higher nutrient content. The NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium content in seed-palm is 1.2%, 0.06% and 1.20%, whereas the same in peat moss is 0.75%, 0.0056% and 0.13% respectively. The C and carbon nitrate in seed-palm is 19:1, which is ideal for plant growth, whereas in peat moss it is 65:1. Further, the total organic matter which is required for plant growth is 95.6% in seed-palm, which is much higher. In peat moss, it is just 83.2%. Seed-palm finds application as manure in the cultivation of various crops like coconut, areca nut, plantain, vegetables, orchids and rubber. Seed-palm maintains excellent air porosity and gives better crops with faster developing roots. Seed-palm reabsorbs moisture more readily and plants recover quickly. This manure used as mulch for soil remediation increases the nutrient status. The dosage application of seed-palm on different crops are: application of seed-palm on plantation crops, application of seed-palm on vegetable crops, seed-palm application on fruit crops, application of seed-palm on ornamental plants, The Central Coir Research Institute has a specialized pith testing laboratory. This laboratory carries out extensive testing of the physical, chemical properties of coir pith and fiber. These tests are as per international standards for the different parameters like pH, electrical conductivity, salinity, cation exchange capacity, moisture, lignin, CN ratio, NPK, etc. The Microbiology Department of CCRI is recognized by the Australian Quarantine and Inspection Services. Coir has furnished us with yet another innovative product: blankets of ready-to-use lawns, cocoa lawns. Made out of coir geotextiles, seed-palm and coir pith, cocoa lawns can be effortlessly transported and laid out on surfaces providing equable environment for plant growth. Coir pith has gained prominence the world over as a completely organic and biodegradable growing medium for plants and perennials. As mining of peat moss is banned, coir pith has got an edge in the international market. India is already a lead player in the international pith market and will grow stronger in the coming years.